I don't know about you, but I am an outdoors girl. I love being outside. There's one consequence that comes with it, and that's bug bites. Mosquito bites, bee stings, hornets, all types of bug bites. I just can't stand them. So today I'm going to share with you 5 quick and simple remedies for how to deal with those bites. So why in the world are mosquitoes attracted to us, and why do they want to bite us? Well, we know that you're sweet, so let's check that off. But more than that, men, women, kids, all of us release chemicals and compounds. These are carbon dioxide, lactic acid, and even estrogen. So more women get mosquito bites than men because obviously their levels of estrogen are higher. And this is very common during pregnancy or during your menstrual cycle when your estrogen is really spiking and at its all-time high. Consuming alcohol can even stimulate mosquitoes to come towards you and attract them. Mosquitoes are also attracted to body heat and warmth and moisture, and women tend to, at baseline, have a higher body temperature. So, as I said, more women get mosquito bites than men. Before jumping into my simple and quick remedies for how to manage a bug bite, I do want to point out that there are various reactions that mosquito bites or bee stings can cause, and it can really vary from person to person. Typically, you'll get mild discomfort, itch, sometimes it can even cause some pain, and this will last a couple hours and then go away on its own. Sometimes, however, it can cause an anaphylactic reaction where your eyes swell, your throat starts to close, your mouth and lips might swell, and you might have wheezing and trouble breathing. If that happens, you have to seek immediate medical attention and you might need something called an EpiPen or further intervention. If you're watching this and you just got stung by a bee, a wasp, or a hornet, you're probably exhibiting some really bad pain. And that sting is probably starting to become a welt or a hive. So, what you first want to do is get the stinger out right away or as soon as possible, because the insect stinger can actually, if it's left behind, it can continue to release its venom into your skin. So the way to do this is not actually with a tweezer, but it's with using a credit card. So get out your credit card and I'm going to demonstrate for you how you're going to do it. So say I have a sting on my arm that I just got from a bee. Obviously, I'm in some really bad pain. I want to get out the stinger right away. What I'm going to do is actually drag the credit card across my arm in order to express that stinger. Don't use a tweezer because sometimes when you use a tweezer, you might get out part of the stinger and some part of the stinger might be left behind. Also, when you're squeezing with the tweezer, it can sometimes squeeze out some of the venom from the stinger. So the best way to do that is just get it out in one piece with the credit card. Once you've gotten the stinger out, clean off the area that you got stung at. Apply some cold compress, which will help take away that itch and sharp pain. And if necessary, I recommend taking a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory like Motrin or Advil to help with the pain. Mosquito bites. I'm sure you've all experienced at least one of these in your lifetime, and if you haven't, you're very, very lucky, and I want to meet you. But if you have experienced a bug bite, obviously, I'm sure you want to itch it, and I'm guilty of this too. But number one is don't scratch or itch your bug bite, because what happens is you scratch and itch it, histamine gets released and it actually makes it more itchy. And this is just becomes a vicious cycle. And worse than that, you can actually cause something called a dermatofibroma. I have a few of these on my legs and it's kind of like a scarring of the bug bite. It can happen after a hair pimple or a mosquito bite and you can't get rid of them. So try your best not to itch or scratch the bug bites, which brings me to number 2, and that's using over-the-counter creams. Calamine lotion or hydrocortisone ointment are very helpful in anti-itch. So if you're looking at your pharmacy, you can pick something up called Cortisone 10. Also, I recommend using Manuka honey bandages, which are helpful in the healing process, and it helps prevent you from itching it because the bug bite will be covered. Next up is using cold compress. This is a very easy and accessible option and it really helps. So throw some ice in a bag, cover it in a little light towel or use a cold compress ice pack and apply it to the bug bite for 10 to 15 minutes. You can do this a couple times throughout the day. It gives you immediate relief and also can help take away that itch during the time you're applying the ice. If the options I mentioned so far aren't working for you, then you might want to try an oral antihistamine like Benadryl, Allegra, Zyrtec. These are really good in blocking the histamine, which is released during our allergic reaction, which is causing that itch feeling. So I recommend trying it out, but you have to check out which one is right for you at your pharmacy. You can also try some natural remedies at home. So using an aloe vera gel, usually I recommend the ones that don't contain alcohol because they're very drying, but this can help alleviate the itch. Also using a combination of baking soda with water and making a little bit of a paste out of it, applying it to any bites you might have, that can also help alleviate any discomfort. Bug bites usually itch anywhere from 3 to 4 days, and usually the hive or the welt, the redness or the pinkness in that area can last between 3 to 4 days as well. But usually the swelling resolves between 7 to 14 days. And one of the things I recommend, especially if you just got bit by a hornet or a bee or a wasp, is elevate whatever area just got bit. So if your leg just got a bite, keep that area elevated and immobilized so that the swelling can go down faster. Prevention is key, and the best way to deal with bug bites or bee stings is to prevent them in the first place. Use insect repellent. The best way to do this is look for one that contains 20 to 30% DEET. First apply your sunscreen, let your sunscreen dry, and then sparingly apply your insect repellent. Also, if you know you're going to be in a place that could potentially have a lot of bugs or mosquitoes or bees, then make sure to wear clothing that is long sleeved so you don't have a lot of exposed skin, and that way I know that you'll be most protected from those bites. If you have any further questions on how to treat your mosquito bite, bee sting, hornet sting, or even a spider bite, maybe a tick bite, leave it in the comments below. Love to hear from you, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video.